Now, this part screws right into your hardware piece, your lug, and sets. Now that's not where that's going to stay, but I'm just going to set it in place for now, just to. And I'm going to leave these lug screws a little bit loose, just so I can move it around. Now, because each drum is different, you're going to notice, where you want to be sitting at the 2-inch mark. Okay, so from the bottom of your bridge, when that's in line, you're going to want to be 2 inches. You're going to want to be 2 inches from your bridge to the top of your drum. Okay, so in some drums, they'll work. The bridges will work just fine this way, right? But you'll notice on mine that sits too high. What you'll end up doing with it sitting that high is you're going to put far too much pressure on the top of your trigger pad. Okay, now this sits on this pad. This pad here sits on top of your trigger. Gray side up. You're going to notice this is softer, and this is a little bit. This is actually more durable, a tougher foam than this. So this is the part that's actually going to sit up on your mesh head, and you'll notice the blue dot on top of it, which is again the sticky. So you'll peel that, and that'll actually end up sticking to the bottom edge of your mesh head. But what you've noticed is that I'm going to have to flip the bridge on this specific drum set to get it within that 2-inch mark. Okay. So, and that's that. At its farthest point, that's right. Okay. So this is the way I'm going to be mounting my bridges, is upside down. Some of you will mount it this way to get it closer to the top. Either way is fine. So now what we'll do is I'm going to loosen this screw up a little bit, just so I can move this side of the bridge more securely. And then I'm going to tighten it down. That's as far as I can go. And because I've already done 5 of the drums, I already know that that's pretty much where I need to be as far as that drum needs to go. Now I haven't tightened that down all the way yet. I will here momentarily. I'm just going to do another measurement just to make sure that I'm at the place I want to be with it. And then the bridge, you'll see it's a little off, but you just kind of put it into place, bend it into place. And what I like to do is I like to make sure that I'm fairly close to being even on both sides. This way it makes mounting up the center point a lot easier between these two grooves here. In between these two grooves is where you're going to actually put the piezo for your trigger. So what we're going to do is I'm going to peel the top side of the blue dots. Yeah, I say I'm going to peel that. There we go. And you'll notice, I don't know if you can see that on film, but it's a real thin rubber coating that's sticky. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of eyeball, and you can get your measuring tape out and measure. We're looking at about 2 inches, a little bit 2 1/4, and 2 1/4. We'll move that a little bit more this way. And you just kind of grab it and cinch it into place. And it sticks and it holds. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put our set screws back in, and we're going to use all 4 of them when we can. You'll notice with some of the bridges you're not going to get a chance to use all 4 of the screws again, just because you run out of space. I like to use all 4 of them, obviously when I can, just to keep the vibrations down to a minimum. And when I come back, I'll have all these set in place. And I'm going to start talking again just to sync my video again. You'll notice I do that from time to time when I let the video run on, is that I will talk just a little bit just to make sure that that the video ends up syncing later on.